Maybe I need to go see a chiropractor and to break my back into shape again. Anyways, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Welcome back to the channel on this Thursday afternoon. Hope everybody is doing well. I was just talking to myself, it's just one of the signs of insanity when you start having conversations with yourself about all things to do with life. But we are back and we are going to delve in to an interesting hypothetical. Well, at the moment it stands as a hypothetical, but Joao Felix. Joao Felix on loan for a year. Is this a yes, bring him in, or is this a no, look elsewhere? Don't bring the guy in. Don't do it. Don't do it, Murto Madness. Before we jump into the content, into the video, do be sure that you smash a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you're new around these parts, all support is appreciated, and I do feel the love. It does strike me in the heart. So thank you to everyone who does. Also share the content around for those of you who want to spread the word, spread the good news that this face is appearing on the internet. And if you want to tell your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, maybe your son, your daughter, who knows? Who knows what background you may have, or family members that you might think would be interested in the content, but to share it around. But anyways, let's not beat around the bush any longer. Let's dive straight in. So, Joao Felix, a loan option for Erik ten Hag in his front lines. Is this a yes or a no? Is this a good move or is this a bad move? I'm going to give my thoughts and feelings on this, and I hope for you guys as well, for you to drop your thoughts and feelings about this matter, whether you would take Joao Felix on loan, because I think any talk at the moment about a permanent transfer is out of the question, I think, for pretty much anyone, because no one can really afford to do a transfer fee like that. But on the loan side of things, whether you guys would take it or whether you guys would steer well clear. Now, for me, one thing that's very apparent, one thing that's very, very apparent is based off of last season, an area, a department of the team that was very, very lackluster, more so than any other department, was the front line and scoring goals. Something we just did not like to do. We didn't like scoring goals. We could make some chances. And I know some people say, oh, but we don't create enough chances. Well, according to stats, we've actually created a lot more chances, but there's no clinical edge. There's no conversion. There's no, I'd say, maturity in the situation or patience. There's always these snapshots or half chances that we just shoot from miles outside the box and wasting opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And it's sort of a repetitive feat. And I think if we're talking about areas that need to be addressed, it would be that, because we had last season, based off of more the mass majority of games, a very strong defense, a very clean defense. Not really many goals conceded at all. Obviously, people will say, but what about Anfield? What about 7-0? What about Etihad away in 6-3? What about Brentford away 4-0? What about Sevilla away 3-0? What about all of those games? You mean standout games where the whole team just collapsed and no one did anything? So any defense in the world would have looked shambolic and woeful in those games. You mean those games? Right, okay. But then every other game outside of that is completely irrelevant, because, well, it doesn't matter how good that defense is. If we declare, like, I'll tell you what, if United had basically, right, had the 7-0, the 6-3, the 4-0, the whatever other battering result we've had, right? But then every other game was a clean sheet. In the instance of a win or a draw, we got clean sheets. No one would care. No one would care. They'd say, "Oh, but that defense is crap because it conceded 7 in one game." So, We're one game. How many more games do we play in a year? How many more games do we play in a season? You know, so you can get the gist of my message here. Like, sure, we could do with other defenders or centre backs to kick out the deadwood present in that back line, such as Harry Maguire. I mean, anyone in the world should be wanting to replace Harry Maguire with someone else, even if someone is completely mentally unstable. Should want to replace Harry Maguire, but that's not the focal point. That's not the biggest problem in the squad. The biggest problem in the squad is the strikers, is the forward lines, the front line, and what they are doing in the final third. And also, in retrospect to the point, what they're not doing, which is scoring goals. They're not scoring goals. They're getting a lot of chances and half chances, but they're not patient with it. They're not clinical and they're not smart with some of their decisions of if they take a shot rather than lay off a pass to a player in a better position to shoot. It's all the little things. They all add up to one big problem that needs to be addressed. And whilst we've got the talks with Rasmus Højlund going on, or Kolo Muani potentially waiting in the wings, and to sorting out a proper goal-scoring number 9, also Taremi can be included in that, but it's ifs, buts, and maybes at this point. Whilst we're sorting out the goal-scoring number 9, there's also perhaps other layers that we need to our front line, because what we were faced with last season was next to no consistent available striker. Literally barely any availability to our strikers whatsoever. Martial's basically asleep on the injury table for 90% of the season, and Wout Weghorst is not really a football player anymore. He's sort of past that level. He's past that part in his career where you'd probably go to Wrexham and fit in like a glove there. It's probably like one of those situations. And maybe he should. Maybe he'll get a Hollywood sponsorship deal or something. Maybe he gets a big payday if he goes and plays in League Two, which, each to their own if he does so choose to go for that. But, that's up to him. What we want is we just want an attack in our team that scores goals and creates lots of chances and is very highly professional, very patient, clinical. None of this stupidity and what's that? I'm 40 yards. I'm within 40-yard rate. Right, okay. Clear the way. Part the seas, defence. I'm going to strike the ball from near the bloody halfway line. Like, just give us an attack that has players who aren't hell-bent on shooting from miles out or when the chance is not there. That's a good start. And then give us the number 9 as well. That is clinical and will actually bury a chance when presented with the opportunity. That's it. That's all. That's all we want. But as for JOAO Felix, to take him on loan, if this was a permanent transfer, I'd say don't waste the money on it. Don't waste the money on it, as much as people want to say, but it's the same. It's the same profile of play. Even if you are loaning him in, it's not worth spending that much money on a player when you've got to spend elsewhere. But if he's available for a loan, it's worth having it. He's worth having it 100% because he adds different layers to the dynamic of your attack. He adds different layers. There is a plan A with your goal scoring number 9. There's a plan B with JOAO Felix from deep. There's a plan C with Martial off the bench. There's options. There are options. Options that you don't have when you get from the first choice, that the drop off doesn't disappear off the bloody charts. Yeah, you've got plan A, that's good, and a plan B, that's good, and that's it. Just options that are respectable, that aren't just laughed at, and that actually provide a consistent threat from minute 1 to 90 despite making substitutions, where it's like at the moment, if we have the starting 11 and you sub off the current striker, the drop off in quality is so tremendous that you might as well shut up shop for the rest of the game. So sub the first team striker off at the 60th minute. The last 30 minutes are completely irrelevant because the player up top is so much worse in quality that you can't bet on him to do a job. You can't bet on him to do a job. He's not even at the quality to say, just go and cause problems. You can't even say that. And that's concerning. If you've got a team in a key department that's lacking that much depth, y'all in trouble. Y'all in mad amounts of trouble. Don't worry about the goalkeeper. I mean, Jesus Christ, yesterday, Tom Heaton appearing on the halfway line, doing up prime Andre Onana. Man was ready to play at CDM and start charging down the wing to go play overlap with Amad Diallo. He appeared so high up the pitch. That's Tom Heaton. When's Tom Heaton ever done that? At least not to my knowledge. Maybe he's done that all career long, but I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, I didn't see Matej Kovar do it, unfortunately. I would have liked to have seen him appear on the halfway line and start doing keepy uppies, just to take the ever-loving piss. But seriously, these are the sorts of deals that I believe are just necessary to do, because for what it provides in the bigger picture. Forgetting of what the individual is, and perhaps I'll say, well, he didn't do it at Chelsea. But then again, who did do it at Chelsea? I mean, it's the same people saying, oh, I don't want JOAO FELIX, he didn't work well at Chelsea, are probably the same people that are absolutely over the moon that we've signed Mason Mount. Who, by the way, I'm seeing a lot of people, like, honestly, just mouths agape by the Mason Mount performance yesterday. I'm like, what Mason Mount performance? He was out of the three midfield. Like, he didn't have a bad performance yesterday, but Jesus Christ, he wasn't the second coming of Jesus. Like, come on, chill the F out. He was not that good yesterday. His set pieces were abysmal. Were seriously abysmal. Now, fingers crossed that can change. I know that he's coming into a new system. He's got to get up to speed. But out of the three midfielders, he was outshone by Hannibal Mabry and Kobe Mainu, which, by the way, Hannibal Mabry supposedly doesn't have any ounce of future at this club, which probably I'm inclined to believe in. And Kobe Mainu, is he ready? Is he not ready? No one really knows. People are saying, oh, he's the new understudy to Casemiro next season. Fuck off. No. The understudy to Casemiro next season, or partnering him, should be Sofian Amrabat, or Sofian Amrabat. Should be him, not Kobe Mainu. What the hell you want? The hell you smoking? And anyways, let me know in the comment section below what you would do with the JOAO FELIX. Would you take him on loan, or would you steer well clear? Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section below. Do be sure to smash a like once more and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And that's it from me for now. And we'll probably get another upload today if something comes breaking, and I won't conform to the scheduled uploads, because this is probably going to be released at about sort of 5 p.m. ish. I've got an upload out at 3 as well, so if you haven't seen that, go check it out. So we'll be seeing you again in the next one. Thank you very much for watching, and ciao for now. I'm out.